Very happy, first and foremost, to have Cody Cameron with us. One, two, Ortho Arizona is back as the partner with Recruiting Roundup. Cody's going to take an expanded role here with Sports 360. We figured, Claudia was telling me, can we just get rid of him? Because he shows up everywhere. And I said, well, what if we just invited him to jump on board with all of his expertise? You're out speaking to high schools, you're speaking to colleges, you put on camps. You do a lot of things. So what is this role going to be for you?
Get to be with all my friends, Brad. And no, I'm not just talking about you, but people I've admired and looked up to, and not just Phoenix, but the entire journalism world in the state here for the last 6 to 7 years. When you talk about people like Jordan Ham, people like Eric Sorensen,
Ugh.
and the whole staff you've put together with Spurge and Claudia and Eliav, and the list goes on and on. People that I get to call my friends just fires me up to call them coworkers.
Oh, I like
And
that.
I get this. I love it.
I like that. Okay, so Recruiting Roundup, it's going to take a different twist. Claudia is still going to be involved for the viewers. She wants to do a little bit more deep dive on individual players. Cody's going to do some of that. You're out there breaking stuff down too. I think it's just one week it may be one thing and the next week it may be another. There's not going to be much script here. So let's go into the very first person that you want to bring on Recruiting Roundup is and why. Take it away, Cody.
Joining me is one of the top football players in the entire state of Arizona and the class of 2025, Mountain Point defensive back, Rylon Dillard-Allen. Rylon, it's been a crazy recruiting journey for you, especially this spring. How are you and how are you navigating just the craziness in your recruiting process?
I've been trying to take it slow, but it feels like I'm being pushed to make this decision faster because I'm an early grad and I graduated in December.
Last official visit you have marked down, going to USC, premier program, June 21st. Everybody knows about USC, but what's interesting about you is you go on a visit there a couple weeks ago and you leave the unofficial visit with the big offer. And Arizona football players, they're the whole list that have gone to USC and become Trojans. It's a long list, and it's some of the best football players from the state. What is it about USC that you were just like, man, I love this program. I need to come back here for an official visit?
When I was out there, it was probably one of the better unofficials I've been on. They had a lot going on for the recruits. So when we first got there, we had position meetings. After position meetings, we watched practice. And at practice, I'm debating with the other recruits, like, is Aaron Donald the best D tackle of all time? All of a sudden, Aaron Donald walk in through practice. And then after practice, we had Seafood Boy. I ain't never had Seafood Boy before, so they were sitting there teaching me crawfish, so I'm learning new experiences there already. And then after that, I watched a little bit of the basketball game, and then that was it. But it was one of the better unofficials I've been on, so I just had to get back there. And plus, I like what Coach Lynn, the DC, I like what he did. I like how he turned around UCLA's defense last year, and I'm expecting him to do the same at USC. So I just had to go back and check that out.
What are you personally looking for in a school and a program and in a coaching staff that eventually is going to say, hey, this is the right fit for not only my game, but me being a student athlete? What are you going to look for on those?
I look at how they're going to use me. If I could be around those people every day, like if those like are my type of people, if I want to see how the coaches act with their players, how the coaches act with other coaches, how the coaches even act to like the personal personnel people. And then I obviously care a lot about education. So if I've been looking into majors such as kinesiology and zoology. So if they don't have either of those majors, then that obviously takes them down a little bit. And then probably their nutrition program, because it's obviously I'm trying to put on weight.
I love that. So Rylon Dillard-Allen, sub 100 meter sprinter, top defensive back in the state of Arizona, and your nickname is Batman. Right on Twitter, Rylon Batman Dillard-Allen. Tell me the backstory of that.
Okay, so when I was growing up, I tried every single sport. My parents put me in hockey. They put me in baseball. The only sport I didn't play was soccer. So I dabbled in a little bit in track as well. So when I was doing track when I was younger, I did long jump. And I was pretty good at it. So they used to say I would glide. And so the only superhero that really glide is Batman. So my track coach, he now coaches at Tempe High School. But this is when I was like 7, and he called me Batman. And it went away for a couple years, and I got back to high school, and coach, like my freshman year coach, started calling me Batman again, and now it just stuck.
You already talked about your parents and some track coaches. Are these still role models in your life that push you every single day to not only be a better athlete, but a better teammate, better in the classroom, better peer?
I would say my parents and my uncle are the biggest role models in my life. Like my dad's a teacher, and then my mom probably has the most pull in my decision because I don't want to be that far away from my mom.
Arizona State, Nebraska, UCLA, Washington, Kansas, and USC are the 6 right now with the OVs and in pursuit for Rylon, Dillard-Allen. Rylon, always a pleasure talking to you, my man. Thanks for joining
Yes,
me on
sir.
the Recruiting Roundup.
That's good stuff. Getting deep, turning back. Everybody's got a book in them, Cody. Some books are really thin. Some books are really thick. Before I get you out of here, a couple names that you're just excited. Spring ball's right around the corner. You got a couple names.
Talking about Caleb Jones, absolute nastiness. He was offensive lineman, moved to defensive tackle now. I think college coaches are going to love the way he's developed and just the power he's added to his game. And then heading down to Basha, track star, Gio Richardson. This kid is going to blow up. Phenomenal play on the football field last fall. He's done everything right in the offseason. He's a name who's going to continue to blow up here in the state of Arizona. Watch out for Gio Richardson.
Cody Cameron's already blown up. He, in a big way, is a big part of what we do here at Sports 360 AZ. We're excited that he's jumping on board with us. We'll see you next week.